everybody. Welcome. How are you? Hope you're having a great day. So, I've been kind of busy today, but I wanted to sit down and react to at least one of Chantal's newest videos. There's some good news and then there's some bad news. The good news is the majority of the video is not her sitting in the living room with the same background, the same blue and gold curtains, doing a regular mukbang. The bad news is part of the video involves her eating. So, what happened and what video are we talking about? So, what we're talking about is Chantal. Chantal did a video. Actually, she did two of them. She is looking for as much money as she can possibly get. So, she took a bunch of footage and she divided it into two videos versus one because she wanted to make the most money with the most ads. The first video is really strange. She posted it out of context. The first video she posted was the drive home after the date. And then the next video was during the date. I mean, shouldn't it have been switched around? Anywho, so she and Salah showed themselves out on a date, doing date night. I peeked at the video. Even after 2 years, you can tell there's no chemistry between these two. Absolutely none. At 2 years of talking to each other, hanging out with each other, you don't even get that feel of they are best friends and they could just bounce conversation off of each other. It still feels so awkward after 2 years. Also, Chantal, what I'd like to say to you is you're a very strange creature, aren't you? 1 minute you're complaining about we get into your private business and you want your privacy. The next minute you're doing videos like the one I'm going to react to. That video did not have to happen. I mean, yeah, you get on YouTube and you do your mukbangs. You shouldn't be doing them. But if you have private time with Salah, shouldn't that be private time? If your job is eating food on camera, making money that way, why not take a break from that and then just be Chantal with Salah? Leave Foodie Beauty at home sitting on the couch and Chantal Marie goes out and has a good time. And that way you can keep things in balance. But no, you took the camera with you and you made sure to film the experience, even though it was a very awkward experience. And yes, folks, she was using all of her filters turned up to max level. It didn't look romantic to me. It did not look sensual. It didn't even look fun. It just looked awkward. Very, very awkward. I kept getting a picture in my mind of two people who enter a diner and all the other seats in the place are taken up and there's only two that are available and they're right next to each other. And even though you have two strangers, they don't want to sit next to each other per se. They kind of have to because that's the only seats in the house. And so they sit next to each other. And there might be some polite conversation going on to cut the awkwardness, but not much. That's the picture that I get with these two. Forced interactions, forced friendliness. Like a sense of, I don't like you, you don't like me. We're in this business deal. We have to work together. And that's that. And that's all it is. It's just about money. So for those of you that are on my channel, y'all remember the tarot card reading I did? What'd I say? What did my cards tell me? What was the feeling? The feeling was that Salah is in that whatever you want, babe, frame of mind. He's in that whatever you want, babe, I'll go get it for you. I'll do it for you. He's really buttering her up. Now, thinking back the last few days of Chantal's content, do you guys not see evidence of that? I mean, just eating all kinds of fast food, 4 trays of desserts. Now he's taking her on a date night. It makes me wonder if she's got to go home to Canada. She's got to do a visa run. And Salah is just buttering her all the way up to make sure that she gives him as much as she can give him before she leaves. There has been talk around the community, a lot of people saying, does Salah have a life insurance policy on Chantal? I can't say for sure, yay or nay, since I'm not over there and not around them. But here's my thoughts on that. Chantal is very, very sick. Very sick. She will be looked at as high risk. I don't see how anybody could or would insure her, given all of her health problems. I mean, she could have a life insurance policy and, not be with us the next day or the next week. So if anybody insures her, wouldn't it be kind of a shisty company doing it? I don't know. But that's the feeling in the community, that he's got some sort of life insurance policy, or the feeling is he might be doing things on purpose to maybe hope that something happens. That way, if Chantal goes, she goes by her own hand and he doesn't have to do anything. And that's what all the food is about. That's what all the tray of desserts is about. Y'all remember him taking her all the way out to the desert with the camels? Who does that with somebody who's very sick? And they would need immediate medical attention if something did happen, and every second counts. Likewise, the pool. Taking her down to the pool, she's on one end, he's on the other, he's nowhere close to her. Why would you do this? Yeah, I'm getting the feeling that Salah he's all about, hey, she wants to take herself out, I ain't going to stop her. Huh. He's just maybe hoping and praying that something happens to her and he's free of her, because she's got a bad temper. She throws pissy fits and he doesn't know what to do with her except pacify her and let her do what she wants. So I've got a whole bunch of stuff that we can check out on Twitter. And then we'll check out the video and I will give my thoughts on it. So let's just get started with that, shall we? All right. All right. So let me just make sure I am where I need to be before I switch over. Yes, I am. Okay. Yeah, it's really weird, Chantal. You posted the videos out of context. The dinner date one should have been first. The just finished our dinner date should have been second, but you went backwards with it. Why is that? I don't know. You're trying to confuse girl world? I don't know what your intention was, but I will say one thing. Between both videos, it's very clear what's going on here. Chantal's doing the absolute most to get people talking, to get people upset, to get the reactors reacting to her again. The thing you're missing, Chantal, is no matter how bad your health gets, no matter how many calories you eat, you're not affecting girl world that way. You can eat all the food you want. The only person that's going to be hurt by that is you. You have an addiction to food. You're a food aggressive. The only person that gets hurt by those things is you. All we are spectators, taking our notes, giving our opinions and our feelings. We are not in the pasture with you and interfering with you eating the grass. We are beside the pasture, taking our notes, giving our opinions to the audience, helping them to keep up with the story so they don't have to go on your channel and watch you full strength. There's a lot of people that can't do that for various reasons. It's too boring. They don't want to support you in your food habit, etc., etc. So, oh, that's not Twitter. I just noticed that. I'm so sorry. I'm being a bit of a goofy person today. All right. So, okay, there's Twitter. There we go. I'm getting it together, y'all. I promise. All right. This is courtesy of This Is Interesting and Miss Anthropope Lulu saying, if you're confused because Chantal is looking so svelte after eating constantly, oh, there's more. Check out how insane her filters make her buddy getting a better view. Look, his head. And now I am deceased. So there's Chantal. She's at the restaurant. And interesting thing about that, she climbed those stairs with no problem. Y'all remember when she was climbing the stairs before? And she's like, oh, I'm having so much trouble. And she pretended to slip and fall. Yeah, like nothing like that here. And recently she was complaining about her back. She said she threw her back out by changing positions in bed. Two thoughts about that. Chantal, if you are at a weight that you're so heavy that changing positions in bed will throw your back out, that might be a red flag that maybe you need to lose some of that weight, that your body is at a critical point and it needs help. Second thing, yeah, look across the way at the mister over there. How tall he looks. So Chantal is clearly using the stretch filter. Imagine taking a piece of bubble gum and then you take each piece at the top and bottom and stretching it. It's going to stretch it out and make it look thinner. That's what the tall filter is doing for her. And I know that she's using that filter because she has a very big stomach, and her stomach seems to have almost disappeared with that slimming filter. Almost completely disappeared. And yes, people in the restaurant were staring at her. That was happening all over the place. Oh, oops. Let's go back. Okay. Alex is shook, says it's 110 degrees there, yet she wears 3 layers of dark clothing. Make it make sense. Look, y'all can see me. It's not 110 degrees here. It is, I would say about 80 degrees. For me, that's hot. Okay. And I'm smaller than Chantal. I used to live in Cali, and the temperatures in August would be easily 100 degrees every day, starting early in the morning. I don't know how she does it either. She's 4 times my size. So she's bigger, wearing multiple pieces of clothing, including a head covering. And it's a thing that if you want to stay warm, you cover up your head, you cover up your feet, because that's where a lot of body heat is lost. So she's wearing a head covering. She's wearing 3 layers of clothing. How in the world is she not dropping from heat stroke? Even at night, because it looks like they went out during the dusk part of the day. Even then, it's still not completely cooled down. You're sweating like crazy. You're still going to perspire. That dry desert heat is going to get you. But she's using all the tricks, every single one of them, to make herself look smaller, to disguise how much weight she's gaining every single day. Chantal, listen, you're at a point now size-wise where those filters are not covering it all up. Your clothing is not covering it all up. The different long filters are not covering it up. I mean, it's just out of control. Instead of disguising the problem, you should face the problem. If you face the problem and deal with it, you won't have to go through all that trouble. Okay, Fondue Pondu says Miss 31 Frames has no problems huffing up the steps to shovel the food back. Yeah, so like I said, if you're a mukbanger, you get on YouTube and your channel is all about eating food. That is your work, per se. Wouldn't you want to take a vacation from work? Even for just a little while? I mean, someone who's a bus driver doesn't take their vacation on a bus. They do something entirely different because driving a bus is their work. But not Chantal. She went out to a restaurant with Salah. Of course, she had to go somewhere that revolved around food. And she ate a bunch of food that she really shouldn't be having. We're talking bread. We're talking rice. It's all kinds of stuff. So even in a moment where you don't have to do YouTube content, you're still doing YouTube content. You're not being Chantal Marie. You're being Foodie Beauty. That's why I say to y'all, I think Chantal Marie no longer exists. She's not been around in a while. It's nothing but foodie beauty all the time. She's lost the plot. Okay, she lost touch with the person behind the character. She is now the character. Because even in moments like this, she's not letting go of foodie beauty. Got to be foodie beauty all the doggone time. Miss Anthropope Lulu says foodie, cutie making the same face I made when I saw how long her crazy filters made her stump fingers look. Yeah, her fingers look longer than normal, that's for sure. She's a small person normally. She got little tiny fingers. Y'all can see I got tiny fingers. And they're stretching out her fingers, which make her fingers look slimmer. Girl, stop using that filter. We know better. Nothing But Love says, girl, you can't tell us that you were heavier in Canada. Kristen says she's conditioned me into thinking it's weird to see her without the plate tucked up right underneath her chins. I'm going to say it. This video was for somebody, or maybe a group of somebodies. So I got to ask the question, Chantal. What feedy people paid for this, or what feedy people are going to pay for this? You know, I remember very clearly how you used to hate anybody filming you below the neck. You would freak all the way out if people saw you below the neck. Now you don't care. You tell Salah to grab that camera and get all the unflattering angles. You don't get upset with him over it anymore. And the only reason that I could come up with is that you've got people in your back pocket that they want to see how big you are. Maybe you're catering to the gainers and the immobilizers and the bloaters. You know who those people are, Chantal. You know exactly what I'm talking about. They want to see your size. And you're over there trying to walk in two different worlds at the same time. World number one, cater to the food fetish people and give them the food fetish content they want. World number two, you're living in Delulu land. You want to make yourself believe that you can eat whatever you want and you're not gaining weight. Well, guess what? You are. And you know you're gaining weight because if you didn't know, if you had a sort of form of body dysmorphia where your body looks a certain way, but you honestly, truly don't see it, you would not work overtime with the filters, with the face filters, with the multi-layers of clothing, covering stuff up. Clearly, you see what's up. But you've got your vanity and you've got your narcissism, and you're so determined to get one over on Girl World. You're not getting one over on anybody. And looking at this picture right now, Chantal, you look very uncomfortable. Very, very, very uncomfortable. You're in a booth and you're wedged into that booth. I can only imagine how much discomfort you're in. And I know you got in a booth just to prove that you could get in one. And you said to yourself, screw Girl World. I'm going to show them. I'm going to wedge myself like a sardine in a tin can and get into this booth even if it kills me. So you wedged yourself all up in there, and we know it was uncomfortable. Had to have been. It had to be cutting into your stomach and cutting off your air because your belly does distend out a bit. You do not look comfortable at all. But this was for the feedy people. Absolutely. 1,000,000% it was. This was a silent bat signal to all of those people. You were saying, look at me, I'm getting bigger for you. You want to do that kind of content on YouTube and get away with it rather than take it offline and go to a private forum. Now you're lazy. You don't want to advertise yourself somewhere else. You want to keep it on YouTube and disguise it as mukbangs. It's not mukbangs. It's you doing self-harm content. Okay, Peaches says two things. First, they went out in the dark because they're both ashamed of her. Second, Her date night ends on the car ride home instead of where most date nights end. Love that for you, cutie. Never change from being an undesirable land walrus. Yeah, so basically, what was the date night? It wasn't them going to the movies. It wasn't them doing anything special and out of the norm, something that did not involve food. He took her to the restaurant. They got a meal, which she paid for because she's the one making the money, not him. So essentially, she bought her own dinner. And then he took her home. That was a date night. So she did a mukbang in a different location. Whoop-de-doo. Really romantic. Steamy lovebirds over there. Okay. Miss Anthropopoulos says the dudes at the restaurant seeing Chantal. Their expressions say it all. Dude had to turn his head to laugh when they first spotted her. Look, if we can see Chantal on YouTube and it's shocking for us, can you imagine what people in real life are thinking when they see her in real life without those filters? It has to be twice as shocking. See, that's the weird thing about Foodie. She's catering to a certain niche audience. She's very comfortable with people looking at her, stuff her face full of food, getting bigger on camera. But then she's all kinds of shy when people in real life see her. I honestly think she doesn't know how to deal with real life interactions from people. She's comfortable being behind the camera where she doesn't have to face the people that are looking at her. Once she has to face somebody, she doesn't know what to do. She's all kinds of shy. Okay, Shenanigans says, where's your dinner date with your husband, haters? So there is the thumbnail. This is date night. Oh, so sorry about that. Doggone it. Doggone it. There we go. There's the thumbnail. This is date night. Her surrounded in food at the table. It couldn't even be a thumbnail of her just sitting at the table without the food in front of her. I feel that she put the food in front of her and made a thumbnail because it helps to hide her. But surrounded in food. Again, another bat signal to the feedy people. I'm about to eat, y'all. You have to watch this video. How desperate are you for money, Chantal? Pretty desperate. A chick and a duck says her face when she thought he was making a sexual comment. She was so excited. You'll never convince me these two sleep together. All right, so let's watch.
Oh my gosh.
Like humping.
Babe.
Yeah, she's looking at him like, are you talking to me? No, he's not talking to you. He's not talking to you, Chantal. Listen, girl, I'm embarrassed for you. He's just not that into you. He's not into you at all. It's been 2 years. If he wanted you, he could have had you. You would have laid down on that bed and done the starfish. Well, not really the starfish. Now we're up to jellyfish. But you would have jellyfished for him in a heartbeat. But he don't want you. You have the money, but he's not willing to go that far for money with you. He went to Kybella. He was talking to other women. You got mad at him before for having another woman's pictures on his phone. You got mad at him for the Red Room picture, but those were all women that he desired and he did something with or he was talking to. But obviously, you were not on his most desired list. It's time to give up the ghost. If you've been trying and trying and trying for 2 years and nothing is happening, ain't nothing gonna happen. Do you understand me? Stop trying to force yourself on this man. It's gross, you predator. I don't like Salah. Okay, he's a scumbag too. He's a scammer. And there's a part of me thinking that maybe this is his karma for running around scamming women or trying to find a woman to pay his way. Maybe this is just desserts for him. But I still find her predatory, icky, creepy behavior to be gross. Just because she's a woman acting that way with a man doesn't make it any less gross. Like, she's literally parked right next to him, waiting for something to happen. Ain't nothing gonna happen. Nothing's gonna happen, Chantal. Give it up. He doesn't want you. He doesn't want you. He's never gonna, you stay there for the next 15 years. Nothing's gonna happen. Okay? Glad we got that straight. All right. So Kristen says, oh, that same picture. Sorry. Moving on. Cowboy Dog says, in my opinion, the bizarre sleeping schedule that Foodie has, it's due to B moments on high carb sugar foods all day and night, which leads to her body going into an almost diabetic coma, which she assumes is sleep, which then leads to her waking up around 4 p.m. the next day. Repeat. You know, I've had moments when I've eaten way too much. Like when you're not just full, you're over full. And if you make the mistake of doing that to yourself and then try to go to sleep, it ain't going to work. You're far too uncomfortable. You're literally just like, you eat too much and you're sitting back in your chair like, oh God, I'm so full. I nearly feel sick. You do feel sick. Like your stomach is flipping you the bird and saying, why do you do this? What do we do to you? And you got to sit there and wait a little while for the digestion stuff to happen to where everything settles down and you're not feeling so ill. When you eat food, it takes a lot of your body's energy to digest that food. And that's a normal meal. Imagine what Chantal's poor body has to go through because she never lets her stomach get empty. So her body, whatever energy she's got, it has to go inward and devote that energy to constantly digesting food every 2 hours. She overfills. And she likes to eat a lot before bed, especially carbs. Oh my God. Like her body must be terribly uncomfortable at night. And she just hasn't figured out, hey, you know what? Maybe I don't need to eat so much before bed. Maybe I need to cut back a little bit before bed so I can sleep better. So all that overstuffing herself like a Thanksgiving turkey, it's keeping her awake. By the way, y'all, just an interesting scientific fact. Did you know that if you're someone you're looking to lose weight or maintain a certain weight, it's not just eating healthy that you have to think about. You have to try to make sure that you get enough sleep. Because when you are overly tired and you're not resting enough, what happens? In the morning when you do wake up, you're tired, you feel beat up, and what are you craving? You're craving the carbs, you're craving the sugar. Your body's like, I ain't got the energy. Give me something to wake up because I can't do it on my own. You grab at the coffee, you'll grab at the muffins, you'll grab at whatever you can that has sugar on it or has carbs in it. You will overconsume those carbs just trying to give yourself some quick energy. Also, by not getting enough sleep, your body will produce the fat hormone, which is cortisol. So that will contribute to your weight gain. So healthy sleep helps you to be healthy. And if Chantal is not getting enough sleep, that's actually helping to make her bigger. That weariness, that being exhausted, along with the eating before bed. I mean, she's doing everything wrong. And I have to wonder if she's a weight gain channel because she's doing everything in the world to gain weight, eating the carbs, eating the sugar, not getting enough sleep, doing the mukbangs. I mean, it's a weight gain channel, isn't it? Because she's doing nothing but gaining weight. It's a gainer channel. Perfectly Imperfect says, because yeah, at the end of my date nights, I always end with a live stream. Dell says, F it, is titled Just Finished Our Date Night. It's freaking 8 o'clock at night. She's complaining about the weather because, of course, blah, blah, blah. Okay. All right, all you Twitter people, heads up. something you should know. Seasons says, make sure to block the person. The world's worst daughter, a complete piece of crap. She's lurking here like the cockroach she is. Bye-bye. So I guess Dee Dee is now on Twitter. What you on Twitter for, Dee Dee? Are you snooping on people? I think they're snooping on people. But you know what I love about Twitter? Word gets around fast about you. So y'all know what to do. All right. And y'all see this? The Chili's mukbang? Yeah, that's what she's doing for her food. Mukbangs. I'm not reviewing that. I refuse. No, thank you. And another thing. Oh, I'm not done with you yet. Hey, get back here. I'm not done with you yet. There we go. Is that it? No. Go back. I hate when that happens. All right. You know what? Y'all remember my live stream and my videos? I put out videos recently pointing out that I thought Chantal was broke because all the fast food she was eating was not name brand like fast food. All of a sudden, she's bringing out the brand name fast food restaurants. I know you're watching, Chantal. That's for you. And you know what? It's a special day, 2-for-1 special for you, girl, just because I can. Yeah, all of a sudden, switching to the name brand fast food restaurants. I wonder why. North Star says, Foodie Beauty, do you ever look into the IG account your guy was messaging Kai Bella from? Did you happen to see all the other females he follows? Keep playing house with him. Joke's on you at the end of it. Also, maybe ask why he's following your ex. Now that's interesting, y'all. Look. I got questions. Home Alone legend, that's Salah. I got questions. See, there's been a rumor going around the community for a while that Nader and Salah know each other somehow, connected somehow. So why is he following Nader? What viable reason could he give for following Nader on Instagram? Why are you following this person? Are you speaking to him in private? Ooh. Like, how? If this isn't something shady, what is it? Why would the current sugar baby want to talk to the past sugar baby unless they were friends, unless they were connected somehow? I ask you, what reason could he come up with to make this make sense? What? Are they all in cahoots with each other? Are they all cool with each other? I have to wonder. What's going on here? You know, they're all like the Three Stooges. You know, like they're just a bunch of knuckleheads. If they are in cahoots with each other, they don't even have the good sense to be under the covers about it. They're being way too obvious and way too in everybody's face. Why are you following Nader, Salah? Are you talking to him? Is he talking to you? Is he telling you how to play Chantal? How to get money out of her? Are you guys must be aware of each other if you're following him. What's up? Got something to say? Please say it. Please say it. Oh, I'd love to hear the explanation on this one. But thank you for that post, North Star. That was very informative and very interesting. Yup says, surprisingly, this question asked during Foodie Beauty's live didn't get removed, but in fact was answered. Foodie's response was, are you making fun of people with special needs? Interesting. So here's the question. Jolly Green Giant asked her in the live, is Salah special needs? The more we see of him, the more I'm convinced you two are actually made for each other. Now, there has been some speculation in the community. There's been concerns in the community, some rumor, if you will, that Salah, he might have some mental challenges of one sort or another. That like something is different about Salah. Everybody's been wondering, is something going on there? Going back through Chantal's history, we know about Pete's. And Pete's had his issues, whatever they may be. And she took advantage of the fact that Pete's had whatever issues. And she has a history of taking advantage of those with disabilities. She is a weak person who always preys upon and looks for people that are weaker than herself to manipulate and control. So I don't know if Salah has issues like that. I mean, only a doctor or his family member would know for sure. Would it surprise me that she has him under her thumb just because of that? That could be one of the things she uses to her advantage. It wouldn't surprise me at all. But she did not say, no, he is not someone of special needs. She's like, are you making fun of people with special needs? So is that a yes, Chantal? Because like I said, I'm not on Salah's side. But if you're over there, in a way, taking advantage of someone that is special needs in some sort of way, that have some sort of emotional or mental issues, I think that's deplorable. It wouldn't surprise me, though. I mean, you've got somebody in your own chat, one of your mods, Ghostface Gamer, who is a minor. He shouldn't be in your chat room. He's one of your mods. And you have him doing some of your dirty work. You, a 40-year-old woman, having a minor do things on your behalf. So it would seem you prey upon those, perhaps, with special needs, and you'll even go so far as to use a minor to do your dirty work. You know, Chantal, I've been watching you through the years, and I know you've done a lot of awful things, but just when I think you can't go any lower, you go lower. And there's a part of me that's surprised, but there's a part of me that isn't surprised. I mean, taking advantage of essentially a child, them being a mod and having them do some dirty work for you on your behalf, that's just, it has to be the lowest of the low, you know? It's right there at the bottom of the barrel, the bottom of the fish tank, girl. But you don't care. And for Ghostface, if you come across my video, let me just put this thought into your head. Understand this, Ghostface. Chantal doesn't like kids, no matter what the age. She does not like kids. She hates kids. She hates them. Okay? Hates them. And if you've got some sort of, I don't know what it is with Salah and Chantal, you're over there wishing that they were your parents. Why? She would not make a good mother. She would be a very bad mother to you. Just as Salah would be a bad father. They're both narcissistic, vain, selfish people. They care only for themselves. Chantal's not taking care of herself. She's not. She isn't. I'm sorry you got things going on at home that are not nice, but you're idolizing the wrong people. And if you want to know how loyal of a person Chantal is, I'm going to give you a name, Ghostface. Pete's. Pete's is somebody that she met and she's known since high school. They've known each other for 17 years. She calls him her best friend. You know what she did to her best friend? She put him in debt twice. He's currently in debt because of her. He did a bunch of damages to the villa. She broke his heart more than once. She cheated on him more than once. She did him dirty. She's loyal to no one. So if she's not loyal to her best friend of 17 years, do you think she's going to put any kind of significance on you? And you're a child? You really think so? You think she's going to value you for some reason? Why is she going to value you? You're just a faceless person on the internet who mods for her and does her dirty work. You are disposable like a razor. She'll toss you away like everybody else. Look through her history. You'll find a whole graveyard full of bodies of people that were friends with her, that cared about her, that she used up and threw away. And that's where you're going. That's exactly where you're going. But you'll figure it out. You're young and you'll figure it out. If the loyalty you're giving this woman is not going to be paid back. She's loyal to no one but her addiction. Period. All right, let's keep going. I just had to go off there for a minute. I'm angry about the fact that Chantal just putting a minor to work to do her dirty work. It's just so nasty. All right. And speaking of Ghostface, speak of the devil, Queen of WTF says, well, apparently we are all useless fossils. This whole live stream is for the same topics as every other live. Reactors are fat. Cam up. I will eat what I want. Blah, blah, blah. Oh, and Salah is running his mouth in the background. Of course he is. Why doesn't he come on camera? Why is he doing it from the background? Coward. But here's Ghostface saying, but reaction channels and their audience are just old, useless fossils that don't prove anything about BBJ and should mind their own doggone business. Hey, Ghostface. Hi. The person that you're modding for is 40 years old. Would you consider her a fossil? You know, since she's 40? Like, what age do you consider someone to be a fossil? I guess I'm prehistoric myself because I'm 53. But again, you're modding for this woman and she's got you around because you're an eager young kid and you're easy to control. A 40-year-old can certainly talk their way all around a 15-year-old. You're just a piece on the chessboard. You're a pawn that she can push forward or move backward at her will. No more, no less. She doesn't care about you. You're never going to meet her and Salah. She's just using whatever situation's going on with you to her advantage. Okay, something positive from Yog saying they found each other. Aw, look at the baby. Look at the floof. Yep. I guess there's a dog distribution system as well as a cat. Because, look, a little one found their new owner. And the person is saying, screw this job. I'm taking the puppy home. Oh, look, a baby. So sweet. Okay, so what's the newest mukbang? Courtesy of Florida Salt and Sass and Mo. Chantal is having 2 massive bags of tortilla chips. Why do you need 2 bags? Pasta, bread, and dipping sauces. To me, she looks like she's either been crying or really bloated. She looks unwell. She always looks unwell. It's hard to tell when she's sick because she always looks sick. Shenanigans says, I'm beginning to wonder if Salah realized the only way to get rid of Chantal is to let her eat herself to death instead of dumping her so she doesn't destroy his reputation even more than it already is. The thing is, though, Shan, even if Chantal went back to Canada, even if, you know, I'm not wishing this upon her, but if she stepped off this mortal coil, it's still already too late. He can never have a social media presence anywhere. He and Chantal are linked forever. The internet is forever. He would have to change his name, never show his face, change his voice in order to have some kind of social media presence. Because if you look up his name, you're going to find hers. it's already too late. But I do agree with you. I'm getting the feeling like he is just giving her whatever she wants to keep her from having a temper tantrum, but also maybe hoping for something else to happen. And then his hands are clean and she did it to herself and I'm not involved. I'm kind of getting that feeling like he is just like praying for something medical to happen and he's not there. Hidden Truth says, if changing positions in bed becomes challenging, you may believe that someone will be motivated to improve their health and make changes. Even walking has become difficult for her. I can only imagine that her spine may be affected due to the weight and is the main cause of the pain. I'm sure every part of her body hurts. Her back, her spine, her joints, everything. Everything is just is too much pressure. She's got to be hurting everywhere. Hence why she likes the seal position, because if she's sitting down, that takes some of the pressure off. Oh, and thank you for posting this, Yup. Foodie, my blood sugar levels are lower than they've ever been. These people would like to have a word with you about that, Foodie. Credit Unicorn Pondu. So here's some comments from these individuals. Lisa Hubert says, former nurse here, and she is lying. Her blood sugars would not be low with what she's eating, and we know she's not exercising. Chitty Bang Bang says, medical person too. I agree, but if she's actually happy, content, it's best you can hope for someone who won't change. Said, mother of a 4-year-old type 1 diabetic. She's definitely lying. I thought she wasn't going to discuss her weight or health. Like, yeah, she said that, but then she changes her mind. Christy says, nurse here and agree 100%. No possible way since she ate an entire pizza and a trowel of sweets being diabetic. She's ridiculous. Ophelia says, not a medical professional, but I've had type 2 diabetes for over 20 years and she's full of it. She is wildly uncontrolled, even if she's taking her meds. Diabetes doesn't take holidays off, so you can gorge on pastry, if only. So there's a bunch of people who've got background and experience with diabetes or medical training that are saying, you're lying, Chantal. You're lying. Okay, this is from Cats and Kittens. Ferals didn't ask to be homeless. They're just trying to survive. If you can't help them, at least don't hurt them. Agreed. And sometimes those feral cats, they can become semi-feral or half feral. I know this because I'm taking care of a cat she started out being mostly feral, and now we're at little less than half feral. She's become an excellent lap cat. When she curls up on my lap, she can't get any closer. She craves affection, constant affection. She loves it when I sit down. Like, she'll stop eating just to come curl up on my lap for a while. It's her favorite thing, and she loves her neck scritches and her head scritches. So just because a cat is feral does not mean there's no possibility it can't give love or be loved back. So be nice to the feral creatures. They may be unknown to you and you unknown to them, but they can still love. Oh, from Tara Lee. Oh, dear God. Kuwait doesn't have the best food safety standards, do they? Okay. For those that are wondering, what are we looking at? Okay, for anybody who eats shrimp, before you eat the shrimp, they have to be deveined. What does that mean? For those who are unclear, shrimp have a passage where all the waste goes, the poo. Deveining means you take that out so that when you eat, you're not eating that. So Chantal's eating a piece of shrimp that clearly did not get deveined. Girl, what are you doing? You could have gone to the grocery store and got some frozen shrimp that were cleaner than that stuff. Ugh. Oh my goodness. Nature is amazing. A groundhog can contain his love for biscuits. Look at the groundhog. They're like, can I have some? You going to give that to me? Come on. You see me sitting here. Don't ignore me. I'm going to take it from you anyway. Look, that is so crazy. The groundhog is just like, give me that. Who knew that groundhogs like chips? Here he goes again. The chip burglar. Oh, look, they're having a fight. Those are my chips. No, those are my chips. This is my territory. Get out of here. My biscuits. I don't care. I want some. No, no, no. Like you have your neighborhood, I have mine. You need to go away. You need to step off. That is so funny. That's funny. All right. So, post of cats, the hand on the tummy. I think the one cat got offended because watch what happens. Are you calling me fat? I'm gonna slap you. Oh my goodness. Okay, that's it for all of the stuff. Oh, we went. I thought it was just be 30 minutes for the catch up, but I guess it's 50. That's okay. That is okay. We don't have like a long video to go through. I'm fine with that. I'm fine with that. Okay. So let's see. Let's check out the dinner date and see how pathetic it was. How romantic it was. Spoiler, it wasn't romantic. It sucked. I'm embarrassed for you, Chantal. I'm so embarrassed. Like, why would you post this? Do you not film the videos and then watch them back to see if they're embarrassing? You really, really should. But since you want to humiliate yourself, let me indulge you with that. Okay, let's do this.
I can wish you or
Nobody cares about your Scameo/feeder portal, which is exactly what Scameo is. You're using the Scameo to get in touch with your feedy people so you don't get caught on a feedy site like you did before. Girl, we've been known about that, but go ahead.
Hi, going on a date. It is so humid here in Kuwait.
We don't listen, nobody cares. Nobody cares. I don't care if it's humid in Kuwait. I don't care if it's hot. I don't care if you're broiling. I don't care if you're melting into the sidewalk. You're a Canadian. You don't like heat, and you made the choice to move to Kuwait. You knew all about the heat. You were warned. You didn't listen. You went over there. Now you have the gumption to complain about it. Nobody cares. If you don't like the heat, get out of the kitchen. Go back home to Canada where the snow is at. And if you're not going to do that, ain't nobody got time for your complaints.
Take you guys on a little date night with us. Yes. Yalla.
Lots of B-roll footage in this video, y'all. B-roll footage is boring footage, though. Yeah, B-roll footage. This is her using B-roll footage, little clips, to extend the length of the video so that she can monetize it and get the most money possible. Like, her concern right now is money, 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 money. Any way she can make money. If she can take footage and split it up into 3 videos versus 1, that's exactly what she's going to do. Like, this whole night out with Salah could have been a private time. And she could have relaxed because the camera wasn't on. Just take a moment to be your real self. Without the filters, blah, blah, blah. No, we got to stay in foodie beauty character. B-roll. Nobody cares. Let's get past all this crap because that's exactly what it is, crap. Look at that. Look at that, Chantal. Look at that. You see all those people on the beach? They're having a good time. I'm sure it's a hot day in Kuwait. What a perfect time to go to the beach and enjoy the water. Why aren't you there? Oh, that's right, because you don't like people looking at you. You only go to deserted, abandoned places Can you guys imagine how much of a pain in the butt that must be for Salah? Like every time that Chantal screams at him to take her somewhere, there's all kinds of restrictions. Oh, it's got to be at night. It's got to be abandoned or mostly deserted. Uh, Nothing strenuous. Plenty of benches around, plenty of food. Like there's a whole laundry list of things that he's got to take account for before he takes her out. But look at all those wonderful people on the beach. If I were someplace in 110 degrees outside, yeah, I'd be on the beach too. Sure would. And we're going to get lots of this. Lots of footage of the cats. I don't know what it is with Chantal. Her obsession with showing every animal, every stray animal in Kuwait. And every time she does this crap, I want to scream at her. I really do, because it's like, you know there are stray animals in Kuwait. You never bring any food. Miss, I care about animals so much. How much does it cost to bring a bag of cat food with you? Like $6, $5? Even just a small bag? No, not going to do it. You never feed the animals, but you'll film them. You'll monetize their presence to make money with. So you'll monetize these poor starving animals and make money off of the poor starving animals, and you won't even take 5 minutes to feed them. How hard can it be to pick up a bag of cat food before you make your way out to the beach area? Convenience stores have cat food. Grocery stores have cat food. You're not feeding these babies. You're just using them for B-roll footage and to make money with and make yourself seem like a good person. Guess what? You're not. You suck. I'm so glad that there are other people in Kuwait that actually do have a heart, that do feed these animals. They're much more kind than Chantal is. Because if every person in Kuwait was exactly like Chantal, all those babies would starve to death. Thank God that, she's selfish, but not everybody is.
Hey guys, in the back, we are in Kuwait City. People swimming on the beach. It's humid and hot, so that must be refreshing.
Yeah, like this whole video is for the feedy people. He's making sure to get those long shots of her and walking up the ramp, and later on it's going to be the food. This was for the feedies, strictly for them. This wasn't about them having a date together. It was about, let's attract more feedies for more money because we need more money. And let's disguise it as a date night. Maybe that was the added bonus for Chantal. I'm going to tell Salah that I need to attract more feedies. I'm going to frame it as, I'm getting more money for the both of us, babe. And that's going to perk up his ears, and he's going to listen. So by telling him that, saying we need to go out and film this footage for the feedy people, she gets the side bonus of spending time with him when he doesn't want to spend time with her.
Hi guys. So we're here at a place called Ashes in Kuwait City. They're very well known for their contemporary Indian cuisine. I'm excited to try. I've been craving it.
Take a look. Hey, take a look at those stairs. Remember the stairs that Chantal had to climb after the pool, and she had such trouble. It's amazing how she doesn't have any trouble here. And you know what? I just got to say this as someone that I've gone out to eat. This is so incredibly rude. This is so inconsiderate for the other people who are going to that same restaurant. It's so rude. It's so rude how these two idiots, wherever they go, they treat it like their own personal private recording studio. You're going into a place like a restaurant and you're panning your camera all the way around. And I'm sure there are some people in that restaurant that don't want to be filmed. You guys are treating this place like your own personal filming location, and it's not. It's a freaking restaurant. It's a place where people go to eat and have a good time. Very, very inconsiderate for anyone else who might just be having a special night out. You know, just because you go out to somewhere and it's public doesn't mean you treat it this way. You act this way. Yeah, those two gentlemen, I would have loved to have been a fly on the wall and heard their conversation after she walked by to know what they were saying. I would have paid any amount of money to be a fly on the wall to hear them talk as soon as Chantal was gone. If we see her on camera, imagine what she looks like in real life. The impression that she makes on people. Okay, I'm going to let y'all know right now. Let's blow this all the way up, okay? So here's the restaurant. Shut up, Chantal. I'm not ready for you yet with your B-roll footage. All right. So what are the choices for sitting down? We've got the chairs, of course. We got some nice big chairs. We've got some other chairs with the cushion back. But we've also got the booths, okay? Like you got all these different booths. I feel Chantal chose one of the booths because it gave a bit more privacy. Just a little bit, not too terribly much. But also, that was because of Girl World. You know, she's trying to flip us the middle finger and say, I'm not so big that I can't fit in a booth. Look, I'm fitting in a booth. She did it to flip us all off, Girl World. Here she did it to be defiant. Because you had to know that was uncomfortable. Her stomach would cut into the table. That the table would almost cut it in half. That can't be comfortable. She could have sat at either table, but she chose a booth. And I'm sorry, like the distance between the table, let's look. You got the table here, you got the cushion right here. So there isn't much space between the cushion and the table. And her stomach is pretty big. There's not enough room for her. Okay, that was weird. So we're inside the restaurant and she's showing us the restaurant, and then we B-roll clip over to this. What's this got to do with the restaurant? Has nothing to do with nothing. You're stretching out the footage, Chantal. This is so crazy. This was your date night. It was important enough to you to share it to us, and yet apparently nothing exciting happened because you're clipping in all this stuff that don't matter.
Give you some pump.
Look at her. Okay, forget the food. Who cares about the food? Who cares? And by the way, why is there a pillow? Is that at the restaurant? Did the restaurant give that to her, or did she bring that herself? That pillow looks so out of place. Why does she need a pillow? But look at her body against the table. Look, you can see her tummy is up against the table like that. That looks like it hurts.
With some different chutneys, tamarind, mango, and I think this is mint cilantro or something like that. But yeah.
I'm not done yet. Chantal, You recently ate 2 pizzas. You had 4 trays of desserts. You need more carbs? Even professional athletes and bodybuilders don't eat as many carbs as you. I mean, there's no reason to eat those carbs, girl.
All right, first, this green.
Like, this is so react worthy, isn't it? Like, this is my dinner date night with my husband, and this is how exciting it is. I'm going to go to a restaurant. I'm going to wedge myself in a booth, and I'm going to eat stuff that I put on pita chips. Just had to make a video about that. Why? Why exactly?
At me?
Ugh.
Oh, yum.
Okay, she's eating and I don't care.
So good. I don't like tamarind, but I'm going to try it.
Again, that right there, that was for the feedy people. You know, because the feedy people, they want to see the food. They want to see the food in full display. They want to see you like offering it to the camera and then eating it. Feedy people stuff.
Mm.
Shut up, Chantal. You know what's interesting about this? What's the title of the video right now? Dinner date night with my husband in Kuwait. Okay, so where is he? We don't really hear him. We don't see him. He's filming you. You're basically doing a regular mukbang, just in a different location with different food. So is this really a date night? Or is this just extra work for extra money? Because he's nowhere in sight. And by the way, this would be like couples content. Why isn't it on the couples channel? Why is it on your main channel? Oh, that's right. Because your main channel is where you get the most views and make the most money. The couples channel really isn't doing very well because you're too lazy to do content for it. So you've given up on the couples channel and you're focusing everything on the main channel because you are just that money hungry.
The view is amazing. I love it.
Chantal, when have you ever cared about the view? I'm sure Kuwait is beautiful. I'm sure it has breathtaking views of the ocean, of the beach. You don't care about the view. You don't care about the scenery. How can you see anything when your face is bent over your plate and you're inhaling your food as fast as you can go? You know, when you're focused this way on what's on your plate, you're never going to see what's around you away from your plate. You're missing out on the world by making food your world.
You got to try this.
And you know what she's doing? She's purposely putting her dirty, grubby, disgusting hands all over those pita chips, knowing he doesn't want to eat them. She does that on purpose. When it comes to food, she'll take a bite of everything or stick her fingers in a jar or touch all over everything on purpose so that whoever the other person is that's around, they will not want to touch it. That's how she's food aggressive. I'm going to stake my claim with all the food and I'm going to turn you off from touching it just so I can make sure I can eat it. She's doing that right here, right now. Because, I mean, it's supposed to be a date night, is it not? This is supposed to be a date night. When you go out to eat, ladies and gentlemen, and let's just say you're served some chips and some kind of dip. It's put between the both of you so that you both can eat it. But as soon as she got those chips, she grabbed them. She claimed them like, oh, I'm taking ownership now. And I get to say if you get to eat them or not. Some date night, Chantal. Even on a date, you're still focused on your food habit. This is so sad. This is supposed to be a date. They've known each other for 2 flippin' years. After 2 years of talking with each other, there should at least be a base of good friendship, at least. Things in common, whatever. And this is supposed to be a date, but they're not talking to each other. This video could have been so much more if the energy was real. Like they could have talked back and forth. He's supposed to be your on-camera husband, yet because there's no real attraction there, there's no real dialogue, it always comes off awkward. And to cover up the awkwardness, she'll play the music over the top of everything like, oh, this is so romantic. No, it looks awkward and stupid. This is nuts.
All right, so we ordered the food.
Okay, like again, I'm not fat shaming, okay? I'm just showing how incredibly tight that booth is. Again, look at her tummy pressed up against the table. Ow, it hurts me looking at that. That hurt. How in the world, if you're sitting down and you haven't eaten yet and you're already wedged like that, how in the world are you going to be comfortable once your belly starts filling with food? I mean, that's just insane.
Food, just waiting for it. Enjoyed some papadums and a really fancy, really gorgeous restaurant. The view was amazing. I'm looking forward to trying the food. So thank you for this wonderful date night, sweetheart.
You're more than worth it, beautiful.
Thanks, babe.
She's thanking him for the date night when she was the big idiot who paid for it. Chantal, you paid for your date night out, sweetheart. All of it. You paid for the food. You paid for the drinks. You paid for the company. That was your money paying for this nonsense. He's not paying for this. He would never spend his money on you like that. Especially with the way that you eat food. He's not going to drop about $100, $200 on dinner for you. Because dinner with you is not a small affair. You're thanking him for this date night. What did he do? He drove the car. But you're the one who bought the car and you're the one who put gas in the car. So you paid for that too. I don't know why you keep insisting on trying to shove this fake, phony relationship in our faces. Is it for controversy? Is it to get people talking? Is it you're hoping that it kicks up some dust and it makes us angry and we do a million videos about you? Look, you're the big idiot that you're creating your own unhappiness. Girl world has nothing to do with that. Everything that's going on is a result of a choice you decided to make. From the food to the person you're around, the place that you're in, the stuff you gave up to be with him. That was all you, big mama. That was all you. You can't blame Girl World for that. When members in Girl World warned you, even your own audience members warned you. They said, don't do it, Chantal. Don't go to Kuwait. This is crazy. You being the defiant teenager that you are, you're like, I know better. I know what's best for me. Do you? You never want to acknowledge that you know the least for you, that you're not the best for you. You don't listen to others when it just makes sense. But this whole dinner date night, you paid for every single bit of it. And my cards did say, right now, Salah is all about that life of giving you whatever you want. He's buttering you up. Whatever you want, babe. Whatever you want. He's making sure that milk comes out sweet. Sweet. To the point of almost being cream. To do that, he's got to sweeten you up. You want to go somewhere, Chantal? Let's go. You want some dessert, Chantal? Here's 4 trays of desserts. You want some pizza? I'll get you 2 pizzas. He doesn't want you upset. He doesn't want you throwing temper tantrums, especially so close to payday. Whatever the heck is going on, he wants to make sure that he gets his cut when you get paid. And he wants the most. Something's going on. The 2 of you are keeping your mouth shut on, but he's making sure that you're okay with him. But you pay for this tonight.
This is Gulf Street.
Girl. I mean, that picture right there, y'all. I mean, a picture says 1,000 words. Chantal, I would like to make a request that you take this picture right here. Just get a screenshot if you want. Just blow up this video. Blow up this picture of yourself and put it next to a screenshot of yourself back in 2018 when you were with BB or even with Pete's, and put the 2 next to each other, and then still try to say that you were less than 400 pounds. You were almost at 400 when you were with BB. You were 377 pounds then. So you were 23 pounds away from being 400. Since you've been in Kuwait, you put on at least 200 pounds. I mean, this is with the filters on, girl. With all the filters on. There's no telling what you look like with the filters off. But you look ready to explode. Like, you look so incredibly uncomfortable and in pain. You did this to yourself. All of it. All of it.
So comfy, and it's nice to be out. Like, it's been so long since we've, really done something really nice like this, because, with health.
Oh, wait. Stop. You just told on yourself. Thank you, Chantal. She did this video and she just said it's been so long since we've done anything together. Yet, doesn't she always say that her and Salah are so busy? Oh, me and Salah, we're so busy. We're doing so much. But she just told on herself. She just said, it's been so long since we've done anything together. Keep telling on yourself, Big Mama. Go for it. Come on, open up that big mouth and let the secrets out.
And all this and that. So it's just nice to be out enjoying ourselves. And I love Kuwait City, so.
Thank you.
Wow. Oh, thanks.
Looks so cool, huh?
Yeah. So I got the very berry mocktail. There's no alcohol. Whoa. There's a lot of ice, just like I like it. And Salah got a strawberry passion fruit mocktail. Bismillah.
And there she goes, being food aggressive again. This time she's doing it with the drinks. That's his drink. She's got a drink in front of her. But of course, she's got to be all kinds of aggressive and dominant over other people's drinks and other people's food. Oh, let me try that. Let me have a sip of that. You don't need to have a sip of that. It's not your drink. Drink your drink. But I guess since she paid for everything, I guess she can do whatever she likes. But she just wanted to put her mouth on something connected to him. See, now I wouldn't even drink that drink. I hate to be gross, y'all, and I'm sorry. I apologize. But can you imagine the nasty backwash coming out of her unwashed mouth? Ew. I'd order another drink.
It's like sparkling.
Oh, wait, I'm freaking out about nothing. I apologize. That's not his drink. I thought it was. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I thought that was his drink.
Mm.
That's her.
Enjoy. You got take a sip.
Why those?
My foot.
He's so dumb. He's so stupid. Salah, are you stupid? Sir, why didn't you get a second straw and put it in there for her so she's not drinking off your straw? Are you dumb? You know how nasty her mouth is.
You love it.
And again, my previous statements still stand. That's his drink. She wanted some. So off camera, she said, "Oh, can you ask me if I want to try your drink?" Because she really wanted to have it because it belonged to him. That look on her face. Like she's got food and drink aggression like nobody's business. She could have a full spread of everything in front of her, and if you got something different, she's gonna be eyeballing your stuff. She used to do it to Pizza all the time.
Enjoy.
Thank you, Viv.
More B-roll footage. Four minutes left of this video. I have yet to see something that made me go, I wish I were Chantal. I wish I were living her life. She's living such a great life and mine sucks in comparison. I'm still waiting to see evidence of her having a better life than me.
Filming wars.
Boo. I just had to do that. Boo, Salah, boo. But you know. Oh, Salah, Salah, Salah. You know, I sometimes wonder, sir. I wonder if you think about the old days before you got with Chantal. If you ever think about the days that you were living in that really small bachelor apartment, if you think about that old life, you know, the life that you had where you were in a small apartment and maybe you were just getting by, but you had the freedom to go and see family members and you had friends and you had a life. And I sometimes wonder if every now and again you miss that life and you say to yourself, I had it made and didn't even know it. I got a better place to live now, but I'm not happy. Do you ever wish for that old life, Salah? Because I bet you do. I bet you wish you could go back in time and rewind the clock and never talk to her in the first place.
What? You got me.
You know what's really sad is that if she were serious about her health, she could have gotten just one plate of something with everything on it versus several serving dishes. That's just ridiculous. Like seriously, look over here on the top left. This dish is nothing but rice. And she's got bread over here. Bread and rice. She doesn't need both. If she's craving carbs, she's already had them. She ate the chips. I mean, how many more carbs do you need? And she's like a proud parent. Look at me with all my dishes of food. Aren't I cool? No, you're not. You're stupid. And look at this. Like, she's scraping all that rice in there. Look! Rice bread. Can you imagine being Salah? You know, you're working for somebody and they want to go out to dinner and you think it's going to be casual, you know, no camera in your face. And the next thing you know, she's whipping the camera out to where you have to beware of anytime the camera is pointed at you or if it might be on and what the camera might be catching. It's just obnoxious. You know, you can't just sit and have a meal and be casual with someone like Chantal around, because for her, everything is content. If you stop at a gas station and want to take a dump, she wants to film it. Or better yet, Salah probably wants to film it. My bad. So she doesn't care. There's no line here. There's no boundary. There's no limits. Everything is content. Any moment is a moment that can be filmed and monetized. She is so wrapped up and overconsumed in YouTube that everything is content and every second is spent feeding her overblown character, Foodie Beauty. Chicken breast. Yummy. Like, why do we need to see this? They could have cut the video off right here. Like, okay, let's just show us going to the restaurant, but when it comes to the eating, we'll cut the camera off, and that way we can sit and have a meal and talk. I can be Chantal Marie and you can be Salah. I'm not going to be in the Foodie Beauty headspace character right now. Nope, gotta have the freaking camera on. Wow. Okay, I just want to know what Feedy paid for this. Who was this for? Who paid for this content? This is so disgusting. You know, Chantal, I'm actually surprised, considering the kind of content that you're doing and the people you're catering for. You haven't strapped on a feed bag or you've done the funnel thing yet. And for those who are looking at the screen right now and going, funnel? What do you mean, funnel, Rose? Look it up. You'll see for yourself. Look up feeder funnel. You'll see what I'm talking about. It'll knock your socks off. Maybe she has already done it. She's just doing it off camera, because if she does it on YouTube, she'll get in major trouble. But yeah, that's actually a thing in that world. Putting everything into a blender, making it almost into a slush, putting it through a funnel into a tube, and the person eating it like that. If she hasn't already done it, I would be very surprised. Of course, he's giving the thumbs up. You know why he's giving the thumbs up? Because he gets to come out tonight, and here's this person paying for all the food, paying for all the drinks. He gets a free meal. Of course he's going to give a thumbs up. He gets to eat well on somebody else's dime and not pay a red penny. Yeah, give a thumbs up to that, Salah. Look at me. I'm catering to Chantal, and this is my reward. She's taking me out to dinner, and she's paying for everything. And in a few days when she gets paid, I'm going to get my share of her paycheck. So double thumbs up to that. Right, bud? Of course.
All right, that's for you, babe.
Look at that face. He's looking at her like, you kidding me? All the food you ate and I'm paying for it? No, 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 no. This is Chantal trying to act as if Salah is paying for stuff. But there's no way he could pay for stuff. He doesn't work. He works for her. And she's the one with the money. And she hasn't even gotten paid yet. So how's he going to pay for it? It's coming out of her paycheck. It's not payday yet. Which means she probably got money from a feedy person for some of the content that she's done. She got, and that's how they're able to do dinner. Or maybe a feedy said, hey, you guys go out to dinner. I'll give you X amount for dinner. All you got to do is film what's going on, and I'm satisfied. But she's acting like he's paying for it. Ain't no way. There's no man alive beyond a millionaire that has the kind of money that could keep up with her food habit. Salah would have to work 5 jobs and get no sleep to keep up with her $4,000 to $6,000 a month food habit. He would get no rest. He'd have big circles underneath his eyes. She's trying so hard not to do that side shot. She does not want to be filmed from the side profile. Chantal, do you see the way you're walking? This was not you 4 or 5 years ago. This is not how you walked. You could walk pretty much normal 4 or 5 years ago. Now you have to, your gait is different because of your weight. Like the weight has changed a lot of things. It hasn't just changed your outward physical appearance. Of course, it's changed that, but it's changed the degree of the health that you have. It has changed how your body moves, how your body responds. Like you're a shorty. Your body was not meant to carry that much weight. I hate to say it, I'm sorry, but you waddle now because of your weight. I don't know if that's because of all the weight in front that you carry in front of you, and you got to walk almost bowed backward trying to balance all the pounds in front, or if it's because of your fupa being so big and hanging down in front of your thighs. That's got to hurt. But that's how the weight has changed your body. It's really breaking down, and you're ignoring it.
All right, guys. So that was delicious and very tasty and atmosphere. Customer service. Definitely give it like. So, how about you, babe?
She told him to say that. Every time she brings him on camera, before she turns the camera on, she tells him what to say.
Inshallah.
Thumbs up.
Yella, let's go home. It's so humid.
Yeah, it's so good actually.
Maybe next time we can try Texas Roadhouse.
Girl, you just got through eating and you're already thinking about the next place you're going to eat. What's wrong with you? Get your mind off food.
Hello.
Filming more street cats. This is not for my audience. This is for Chantal. This is you. This is me, from me to you, because you spend all that money on food for yourself and you don't even buy a $6 bag of cat food to feed those babies. Miss, I care about animals so much. You see all those cats in Kuwait, you don't even try to feed none of them. So tired of you putting cats on camera to get sympathy and make yourself seem like a good person. Meanwhile, you don't feed the animals. You just exploit them for money. So F you, Chantal. That's rude.
Oh. Cute cats. Hi.
Leave the cats alone. cat distribution system knows all about you, Chantal. You got 2 cats, and the cat distribution system took them both back. And it's probably going to take Julia back too. They're going to reclaim what's theirs because you don't take care of your animals.
They're waiting for someone's leftover steak. Hi, guys. What? Look.
Stop exploiting the cats for money, you biatch.
Hello. Hi.
It's like heaven of cats.
They're
Yeah.
hungry. I know that Chantal has trouble walking and moving, but he's right there. If she cared one whip about those cats, couldn't she look at him and go, hey, Salah, can we stop filming for a minute and you go to the nearest convenience store and go get some dry cat food and bring it back here for these babies? How long would it take? Why can't they do that? I would. Leave them alone. Don't touch them. You see how the cats are moving away from you, Chantal? Word has gotten around in the cat world about you. What an awful beast you are. And that's why cats avoid you. You know, they're all getting the telegram at the same time. They're all getting the same tweet. Stay away from this beast. She's awful. She won't feed you. She's just an awful human being. Don't go near her. Leave them alone.
Hi, guys. They're so cute. Hi, guys. Okay, I'm dripping sweat. It's like a sauna out here. I don't know how.
I don't care. I don't care if you're dripping sweat. I don't care. You shouldn't have moved to the Middle East if you get hot easy. I don't care.
Hotter at nights. But yeah, we're at the car, so I'm gonna go in the AC. And I hope you enjoyed this video. And see you in the next.
Why is she standing there? She's standing in front of the Texas Roadhouse. Why do I have this feeling that after she went to dinner there, that she went over next door to Texas Roadhouse and got more food? Like, why is she parked out at Texas Roadhouse? What's going on with that? Girl, can you be more obvious? Anyway, so that's it for this react. Hope you guys have enjoyed. If you have, please like and subscribe and leave a comment. Thank you so much for being here, and I'll see you guys on the next one. Until then, take care of yourselves and each other. Bye.